Well, hello guys, and welcome back to another Star versus the Forces of Evil review. In this episode, like always, we got two episodes. Baby and Running with Scissors. Like I said, there were two episodes, I think in the last review, and so yeah, let's just do this, right? Now, this one starts off, we're at the parents' house, right? Star's parents, and they're talking about Star. And I was like, I forgot to mention this in the last review, but I really do hope we get an episode with Star's parents. Like, of them trying to find Glossaryck. I think that would be a really interesting episode. I don't know if this show will do it, but we'll see. So, the mom is like, we need to have Star evaluated. So she releases this evil spirit from this, well, it looks evil. It's like this dark, right? It's like swirling around. It looks evil, right? She releases it from this bottle and it goes and finds Star. Meanwhile, Star knows she's being evaluated, so she starts cleaning up her room, right? She starts throwing everything in her secrets closet. And a lot of the jokes here are they're very simple things, but they work really well. Like the teddy bear, how it tries to claw itself out of the closet and then gets pulled back in by something. That's really funny. And there's a lot of other subtle jokes like that. Like there's eyes underneath a bed that gets sucked up into who God knows where. So you're right, those little jokes like that work. But then eventually the dark shadow appears and it like materializes into something called Baby, which is this adorable little kitty thing with a jewel on its head. It has wings and it's just overall adorable. And my first thought was, this thing's fucking evil. And we'll get back to that. But Baby starts going around Star's room. It goes into the secrets closet. And it's just, oh my gosh, her secrets closet is out of control. Because we saw it in the season premieres, so yeah, it's bad. She looks at Star's wand and how it's cracked. That's a really cool, I still like that shot of how one side is perfect and the other side's all dark with the green eyes. That is a really cool shot, and I like it whenever they do that. Baby looks at Star's book and is okay, and her entire time it's like, that was interesting. She just keeps saying interesting, right? And she gives Star a magic test. All Star has to do is get an apple from one side of the room over to her. She can't get it at first, right? Because she uses the narwhal blast and that doesn't work. She tries sucking it up into a portal, but ends up spewing a bunch of stuff out of it and destroying the apple. She tries to have like a minotaur carry it across the room and he ends up breaking it. And it's just not working. He cannot get it to work. She eventually floods the room and then blows a hole in the room, deflooding it. And yeah, the evaluation's not going well. The evaluation ends, and she's basically failed, right? You broke your wand, you lost the spell book, you can't even get an apple across the room, you're horrible at this. And yeah, no, she has screwed up on every instance. Oh, there was also this whole subplot here about Marco making her food, and when Marco brings in a bunch of sandwiches, she just yells at him, and it's like, yep, the cat's evil, I knew it. It's not really evil, but you know what I mean, right? Like, it can be evil, right? And the cat's Baby's criticizing her, and she's like, give me one last chance with the apple. She splits the apple, and Baby goes to leave, and all of a sudden this tree starts growing out of it. And the tree growing out of it is beautiful. It's a great shot. It looks really nice. It's just well done. It really works. And the apple eventually lands in front of Baby. She takes it, and it's kind of like, this is a perfect apple. You did it. So Baby reports to the mom saying she's lost, right? She's done all these horrible things, but she's better at magic when you were her age, right? Star is like a prodigy when it comes to magic, which you kind of see. Now, when I was watching this episode, I thought, oh, the moral is going to be, you can't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, right? Oh, she has to take an apple across the room, but she can't take the apple across the room because that's not her style of spell. Her style of spell all has to do with warriors and fighting monsters, right? That's her style. So having her move an apple across the room is not, right? You guys get where I'm going with this, right? And that's where I thought the twist was going to be, but no. It's that, no, she's amazing with magic. She's a prodigy, and the last time they saw a prodigy this good was Eclipsa, which, again, they keep bringing up Eclipsa. So, something's going to come from this. Something is, I don't think they're going to bring Eclipsa back. I don't think so. But something is definitely going to happen. But yeah, no, it was a good episode. I like it. Then we got the other episode, Running with Scissors. This one's really good. Not only for what it does, but what it implies. It really makes me want more. So it starts off, Marco's asleep, right? And all the laser puppies are bugging him, right? Because they want to go for a walk. So he goes and takes them outside, but it's raining, and there's a giant, river in their street. I thought this took place in California, but now I know it can't be California, because that is way too much rain. So Marco borrows Star's dimensional scissors and starts cutting holes through the dimensions. And I was expecting him to break a hole through the dimensions and just destroy everything. But no, he ends up using them too much and gets this fire girl to show up and take the scissors, because, well, he's abusing them, but because they're her scissors. She's Hekapoo, and we've seen her before. She was the interesting one on the Magic Council, if you remember from the Glossaric episode last year. I cannot think of the name off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm totally down for this, because she has such a great design. The colors, the reds, the oranges, they all just work really well. So she takes the dimensional scissors, reveals they're hers, and Marco's like, oh, I need to get those back to Star, because I borrowed those from her. And he's like, well, and she's like, no, I can't do that. And he's like, well, you only give out dimensional scissors to people who are worthy, because she forges all the dimensional scissors. And he's like, I'll prove I'm worthy. So all Marco has to do is blow out the little flame above her head, and of course it's not easy, right? They do the thing where it's on your left, right? And she keeps hitting him on the back of the head. Eventually she throws him into another dimension and tries to get him to fall off a cliff. He blows out the flame for a second before walking up and realizing, no, there's an army of them, hundreds of clones, right? That she funnels through all these different dimensions. So Marco now has to go and look through all these dimensions, and it's oh, this could take years, even a lifetime, right? So meanwhile, we cut back to Star, who goes into Marco's room and finds the orange portal and calls Ponyhead. And it's oh, yeah, I actually stole those scissors from Hekapoo. Don't tell her I did that. And Ponyhead's delivery of oh, he's dead. It works. That's a lot of Ponyhead's jokes work, is because she has such a great delivery of them. They're simple but effective, right? So Marco, right, we cut back to Marco, and they're at this forge, right, guarded by the Hekapoo clones. He rides in on a dragon, blows out a bunch of their flames, eventually confronts Hekapoo, and is like, yep, it's me. 16 years have gone by since. Marco's all grown up, and he's like, I finally found you. And he gets his own pair of dimensional scissors, right? He's worthy. We get this whole thing about, all these battles that have happened between them, how he's barely survived, right? How she barely escaped. It's really interesting. I love this idea. It's been 16 years. They've kind of, I'm going to use friends for lack of a better word. It's changed a lot. I think it really works. And then Star shows up. Star just finds him in an instant. And we learn that even though it's been 16 years for Marco, it's only been 8 minutes on Earth. Because again, time works differently. And at first he doesn't want to go back, right? Well, he's got abs, and Star's kind of mesmerized in the abs. Reminds me of the College Humor skit about the suicide bomber with great abs. That's beyond the point, though. But yeah, he doesn't want to go back. Eventually, Star's like, oh, but what about your family, your friends? What about Jackie? I'll bring that up here in a minute. But yeah, Marco's like, yeah, I'll go back. He leaves his dragon cycle behind. He named it Nachos. Oh my gosh. Hekapoo says she's going to take care of it. And yeah, they leave back. He reverts back to a kid, but he still has a bald spot from all the times she slapped him on the back of the head. And he's in his room and he's like, it's so unfamiliar to him. He hasn't been there in 16 years. He goes up to his computer and he doesn't even remember the password to it. Everything is so foreign to him. And that's why this episode works. It's the implications of what this entire journey, all these adventures have done to him, that makes this so interesting. This is why I want to know more. I want to see what happens after this. I want to see if he's sort of jaded to the whole world. I don't know. It looks interesting. I want to see how he treats Jackie now. I wonder if that's going to change. I think that would be an interesting episode. I don't know. Only time will tell. I'm assuming he still because he learned to use a sword. I'm assuming he still knows that. He probably still knows how to write whatever language he learned. Right, I hope he uses that dragon cycle again, and I hope we see more of Hekapoo. She was really interesting. She had some great lines. I really liked it. I had a lot of fun with her. But yeah, this has me intrigued. I cannot wait to see where the show goes from here, honestly. I can't wait to see how they build on this. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.